Yeah, try to cancel me now, YouTube. Further up the wonderful neighborhood, oh, it's a wonderful neighborhood. It's a wonderful neighborhood. Riscattimi kayo. Riscattimi kayo. The stream bloop 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 will now return back to its featured programming. Because YouTube thinks, oh, this is not entertaining enough. It's not educational enough for our children. Well, how about I teach the children about the anatomy of the human body while I explain how it works? Maybe your kids would like to learn about their insides. Or maybe they would like to learn about another person's insides. So in about 10 minutes, I'm going to turn on my camera and I'm going to begin performing surgery on myself. And when I perform this surgery, you're going to see what my insides look like and how much excruciating pain I'm going to be in. How about that, YouTube? That'll be definitely, most indubitably educational enough to be on YouTube. I'll perform a self-made surgery on myself, remove my spleen, and then reattach it. Yeah, why not? I'm pretty sure somebody would watch me take out my spleen on my body, out of my body on camera. And no, it's not self-harm if you're doing it surgically and you're doing all the operation things. Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but YouTube says it stopped because of some kind of ridiculous data thing. But it isn't that. From time to time, the algorithm just generally sucks on YouTube, and it'll either halt or stop your streams derivatively. Not gonna lie, it's been doing that lately. Except for over there on Twitch, where everything seems to be great. Let's see how much of this compound bow. Yeah, I already know the compound bow schematic. I guess that's as good as it'll get. No spike knuckles are in here, so I guess everything I got here can go ahead and go into the recycled pile then. Let's put away those antibiotics. Glass jars. I think I got several sets of glass jars. Don't have a contact grenade or the steel knuckles, but everything else can, I guess, go. Oh, I know I don't have a larger, so that's like a thing. Steel tool schematic, I already have that. I got 150 of these. I can take those with me. Put that in there, cross bolts. I'll put those back in there. So how's it going, anxiety? I think all of this I could just sell to the trader at this point. I'll put that in there. Those are coil rounds, medical supplies, medical supplies, medical supplies. I guess my dude is starving now. Let's grab the foot and balls helmet. Okay, I guess that goes back in there. Yeah, I haven't been in War Thunder for too long myself either. From time to time I jump in just to see what I can do, but for me it's just too much plebmium action right now. I call it plebeian because there's a lot of premium tanks running around, and then it's just not enough development in the characters or people that are just generally there. In perspective, it's more or less just bad gameplay. I'm not gonna lie. It's been genuinely just bad gameplay from newcomers who have no clue how to play the game. Like, I can understand if you buy a premium and you buy it like at 7.0 and stuff like that. Well, I can understand that, but, you know, buying a 9.7 and above and then jumping into the game is sort of like overkill. Because you're just basically throwing away Silver Lions. I think you get 15 days premium account with every premium vehicle you buy or something like that. Okay, time to go to the trader. Haven't even completed her mission and I'm over here running to sell her some crap. Oh yeah, that. I mean, recently the War Thunder servers have gotten hit and they haven't really fixed the problem to it. So right now I'm only looking for games in the United States. I'm not really looking for anything else in general. So I'm just looking for games based in the US. I'm just avoiding all the other stuff altogether at this point. Yeah, you think somebody would actually want to play the game, but I guess in my case, I actually don't want to play War Thunder for some time. It was sort of a hassle. As for the bad gameplay, it's not really anyone's
Thanks
fault.
for letting me take care of you. And tell your friends.
It's just mostly due to all the cyber attacks that keep occurring on the War Thunder servers that have reduced its latency. Not reduced, but may have increased the latency, now that I think about it. I had a pretty rough time connecting to some games while playing War Thunder, so I started playing Need for Speed Heat. If you look around on my channel, you might see a video of Need for Speed Heat I uploaded, assuming it's actually on there. But, you know, I really don't care too much about the Need for Speed franchises, you know, like Heat. And then the only real Need for Speed game that I was actually waiting to go on sale would probably be Need for Speed Payback, since I actually happen to like Payback. It's pretty cool. However, I just don't understand using cards to upgrade your car game. The Need for Speed that I currently have is Need for Speed Heat, and it's sort of Gran Turismo style. I have no idea how loud I am on this microphone. Let me move it away from my face. So if nobody knows anything about my personal life, I used to work at Tesla. Life is pretty weird. Working there was a nightmare. Don't bother working there because they'll probably replace you. You're better off going to the full-size company website instead of going through a temp agency anyways. I like to work just as much as everyone else. Which in perspective really says a lot whenever I do a lot more than everyone else. But that's just what it is. Remember kids, never work with a racist. Yes, I beat up that guy so hard that he stayed stuck in the ground. Yeah, I'm gonna break into this library real quick. Assuming this actually goes somewhere, this door, and I didn't just unlock it for nothing. this led to me nowheres. This is one complicated building. Oh, almost broke my legs. Damn, girlie. Whoa, man, this is getting a little too overly complicated. Well, this is definitely a decent place to loot, but definitely not the place to be at. No, this is definitely pretty messy for me. Yep, definitely messy. But I'll take the $1,000. Nobody's gonna need it now, they're all dead. Yep, let me go run around. Alright. She was in a hurry to make a review. Okay, small supermarket handled somewhat. Next supermarket here. Cash registers. Try to make things very affordable for me. outnumbered. Go figures. Okay, grocery stores all checked out. All the lower levels of the facility checked out. Got a bit of a place to go through. Go ahead and pick the locks to this medical facility, see if they got something in here. I'm going to pick both locks because why not? Actually, let me just leave one. Mildly acceptable. That's all I wanted. Okay, got a little bit of what I need. That. A Revent Prime? I wonder what that is. Sounds like a premium subscription. ADS required. Okay, some vitamins, that's good. Antibiotics, that's alright. Oh, I found some steroids. Go ahead and bring this to like 60. Well, at least that's a working machine. That's also a working machine. Too bad I can't eat none of that food without getting diarrhea. We're getting some knobs. Okay. Oh, the bunny rabbit just died. By the way, rabbits actually do sound that horrible whenever they get killed. They sound like a million chihuahuas dying. Nature's furry little buddy sounds terrible when they're being slaughtered. Remember kids, instead of enduring the horrifying pain of being eaten alive in a zombie apocalypse, it's always good to keep a particular thing around in the event you're being eaten alive. It's better to explode than to still be alive while you're being knocked out. Or if you have the opportunity, instead of being eaten alive, it's better to keep a cyanide pill in your mouth. So in the event you are being munched on, you know, cyanide would do the rest of the work. inside of Wobbly's brain mostly consists of YouTube and a few other concepts. YouTubes, cookies, candy, brushing your teeth. I think that's about it. Scrap iron spear. It's in good condition. I'm gonna read that. Tomato seeds. Don't got the material for that one. Oh. I'm over here yawning up a storm. A sweater can go to hell. I don't apply this. Nothing like repairing the body. Got a scrap iron club too, so I can fuse it with the other club I have. It's about as powerful as clubbing a million baby seals. It's like when a supervillain describes what clubbing baby seals can be. You can buy it though, I won't. Well, I think I've only played Warframe like once, and even then I think that was whenever it first came out. Which, I can't even remember when that was. I'm not gonna say it's a bad game. It's just at the time that I had it, I guess I didn't have a good machine to use it. I know I played a game called War Robots. That one was actually really weird for me. That was a mobile phone game. Warframe is, I believe, on PC. Feels alright. Over here, essentially just grave robbing. A bit of what I need. Tomato juice, blade traps, need those schematics. It's like there is a second floor. I guess this was an apartment complex. The gangster apartment complex made no sense. Hold on, what kind of dye size? Oh, it's blue, I don't care. If it was black dye, it'd be a different story. As the dye would be more useful. This is like luggage galore. Oops, I just crashed my game. I might have just crashed my game. Oh, no I didn't. It had a mild stroke. Oh, yeah, the football's helmet. Ugh. Definitely not feeling too good after drinking a Hershey's milkshake or whatever that was. I think it was a Hershey's chocolate milk or whatever. Definitely not feeling too good. Anyways, if I abruptly stop streaming or you just see me drop everything right then and there, it's probably because of the fact that I just ran to the bathroom like a maniac. So keep that in mind. The inside of my stomach is turning into Afghanistan right now. During the war. Hey, that reminds me. Here's a little bit of a news update of my generalized life. The guy from the Marines contacted me again, said on the 15th of this month he was going to come scoop me up and send me down to... what was it called? He was going to send me back down to San Antonio. Not going to lie, I am not looking forward to going back over there because I genuinely hated being there. And then I got this chick over here saying, "Hey, so you ready to commission me?" No, I don't even know who you are. Like, you want me to commission you, yet you've kind of been pushy since, like, day one. So, like, I don't know, did you, like, do the work without asking me? Oh, I just found a deagle. Yeah, I did. I just found a deagle. Just found me a deagle. That's nice. The gun, also known as Black Sky, is the Desert Eagle in this game, I guess. A more custom-fitted version of it. It's like a ran out of gas on the steroids. Oh, that's cool. I found an automatic turret. Steel knuckles, which are going to come in handy later. Scrap iron knuckles. Let's scrap those for the scrap. That. Scrap the machete because I really don't need it. I got a car battery. Got an auto turret. Pretty sure if I repair that, I might lose some durability. If you could hear a child crying in the background, don't mind that. That's just my brother's son pretending to throw himself on the floor again. Just letting it on now because, I mean, I've been paying attention to the little bit. And the sort of messed up part is when anybody gives his little sister even the slightest bit of attention, he starts to throw himself on the floor. Or he'll do something extreme, like jump off of the couch and bash his head on the floor on purpose. Like, I've been watching him. Let's see what he does. I've seen him do it quite a few times. He threw himself on the floor, made it look like he had a severe accident or something. I would say I feel bad for him, but at the same time, like, you're like not even 2 years old, and you're treating your little sister like crap. And she can't even defend herself, because she's still like not even 1 year old yet. Like, I have no idea how somebody could already feel the ideological function of feeling a form of sibling rivalry that shouldn't even exist, especially at his age. Like, I can't believe I even had to tell his mom that she needs to watch him whenever she feeds her daughter, because that little dude will steal that kid's freaking baby bottle, drink all of it, if not more than half, and then give her the rest. It's like he's trying to stunt her growth so that she'd be less appealing. Like, you're already sabotaging a person who can't even defend themselves. Like, that makes you think, how devious is this child? He's stealing the food out of another child's mouth so he can stunt their growth. Right now, I'm pretty sure you could hear him screaming his head off right now in the kitchen, acting like he's all hurt when he isn't even hurt at all. But that's what happens whenever you got, like, family members and parental subjects in life that are so stupid that they baby the child for any little thing. Like, I've even seen that kid deliberately break shit. And they're like, he's just a kid. I said, yeah, you're gonna start saying he's just a kid right now, but when he breaks something you actually need, you're gonna stop that he's just a kid shit. I threw that in, like right into my mom's face. She said, he isn't gonna break anything that I really need. Well, he ended up breaking something she really needed. And well, that kind of made her snap for a minute. I'm like, you can't do nothing. Y'all saying he's just a kid. Y'all let him break everybody else's shit. Now he's breaking shit you actually need. And now he's in trouble. Yeah, that makes no sense. That would mean that you're completely fine with him breaking other people's private property. But when it comes to yours, all of a sudden it's a fat no-no. Like, I don't understand that. So, you know, somewhere along, you know, I like believe my family members had some kind of a stroke or something somewhere along in their life. Because they were letting that happen. I'm not going to say they're bad people. But what I am saying is, well, I guess in some cases I would say they are bad people, but the point being is, like, he clearly had a stroke somewhere in life when he started letting the kid get away with things. Like, shit, I ain't gonna let my kid slide with nothing. Be like, you break that lamp, I'm gonna whip your ass first. And then I'm gonna make you clean it up. Shit. I ain't gonna sit there and let my kids run my asshole and run my life. Oh shit. Oh god. Get off here, bro. Shit. Don't need a lame hat. Nope. Alright, let's go back to the crib. I'm pretty sure I got less than 170 rounds in this stupid thing. But just in case, let me take a look. Yeah, I got like 400. Probably like close to 500 with this clip inserted in the gun. So I probably got like maybe 512 rounds tops. No, 476, but it's 506 rounds with the current magazine installed. Don't need nobody following me back. I'll just make the run for it back to the base, see what I can store out. All that banging you're hearing right now, if you could hear it in the background, is that kid breaking shit again. Don't tell me YouTube's gonna break again. Anyways, if YouTube breaks again, let me know, so that way I know what's going on. And also so that I can go ahead and freaking stop using this streaming software and go back to my other streaming software. Whew. One nation upon a roll. One nation, all of it. Gonna be like 1999 ounce. Come back with the super fat bounce. A little bit of old school rapping. If you're looking for more content, there's a girl who goes by the name of Fallen Sun. Goddamn, where'd I put the other knife at? I know it appeared in here. Pow, pow, pow. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, I need to separate all this junk, medical supplies, medical supplies. Well, if you really want to know what changed from back in the day, is that back in the day, you used to be able to leave your front door open and nothing terrible would happen. You used to sit out front on your porch and be able to sleep with nobody coming into your house to rob you. That's back in their day. That's an actual part of their life that really was a thing. But shortly after around, kids beyond the 90s were being born. Well, actually in the 70s is when things got kind of really bad, man. It was a slippery slope. It was a real slippery slope, man. And believe me when I tell it to you like this, man. When people say back in my day, they mean back in the days where things were laxed. Things weren't bad. I mean, they were bad, but they weren't as bad as they are now. If you're sitting out front of your house with your door open and all that stuff, you can't really do that nowadays. Start doing that out there in the neighborhood and stuff like that, and somebody's gonna come freaking walk right in through your front door and rob you at gunpoint. They're gonna even be telling it to you in your face while they got the gun against your temple, telling you they don't care if you got kids. They're gonna blow your brains out if you don't give them what they want. And that's kind of what happens in today's times. People will actually legit walk up to you and rob you in broad daylight. Like, I don't know what's going on in my own neighborhood, but I seen a car on cinder blocks. And my neighborhood is a brand new suburbs division. And somehow there's already one car on cinder blocks in this neighborhood. They stole the wheels right off of it. And in broad daylight. So I kind of don't know what went wrong or what had went wrong. But from what I do know of, I mean, the car's on blocks, man. Like, I don't know what else to say, what else to think. I mean, if you see the car on cinder blocks, it kind of tells you, like, the entire story. So it basically tells you a little bit about your neighborhood surroundings, too. You think everything's going to be fine. Believe me, it likely will be fine. But the problem is when stuff emerges from out of the woodwork. That's also not stating that it wouldn't already emerge out of the woodwork by default. But what I'm getting at is that when something comes out of the woodwork when it isn't supposed to, is when you start noticing the differences. Like, when you get older, if you have kids of your own stuff, you're going to be saying the same thing to your kids. Back in my day, like, you're going to be saying, believe me, you will be saying back in my day to your kids, if you ever have any. But what I'm getting at is this. The point why parents say back in my day is because back in their day, they didn't have to worry about if they were going to be hungry the next day or something terrible is going to happen or they were going to get shot. You know? That was their time. And in their time, they didn't really have to worry too much about danger. But in the times you live in now, you got to watch your back. Like hardcore. You got to watch your back hardcore, because if you don't, you're going to be laid out like all these other fools out here. And you're going to be gone. I'm not saying it to make you feel bad. But, you know, it's a little bit about what happens out here. And what happens out here does affect everyone, even you. what's probably going to be left for your generation might not be anything at all. Y'all might be stuck, and this is how it is. Your generation and what's left of my generation from when I'm born are probably going to be stuck trying to fix the Earth, or whatever's left of it, before it explodes eventually. It'll probably blow up on itself or something. But what I'm getting at is this. The Earth was poorly misconstrued and poorly taken care of. The people from back then didn't care about what happens to the people in the time now, because they knew they were going to be long gone, so they didn't care whatsoever back in the day. Now everybody is scrambling to give some kind of, to have some kind of fucks to give about what happens to the environment. And the truth is, well, in our times, we were screwed out of our existence before we had the opportunity. And in a truthful form factor and a way of saying it, it's not really our fault, but essentially it's the fault of the forefathers and the people who lived here before us. Back when the entirety of the United States was owned by the Native Americans, they did absolutely nothing with the land. No agriculture, no house buildings, like house building on a massive scale, nothing. These people lived off the land. It didn't have any agricultural design of having skyscrapers and stuff like that. Industry, massive buildings. And now, the only way, and this is literally a real fact, the only way for there to be some survivability in the world is if all of a sudden the whole world's electronical grid, all electronic systems and manufacturing plants were to all of a sudden explode and cease to function. And the world will return back to the Stone Age, meaning back to lighting up candles and staying in the dark. That would likely be the only way that the world would be redeemed. And, that's not really anything involving terror or anything like that. It's just like, it kind of is the reality of how it'll really work. You really want something to work out in life, it might just take a catastrophic event to make the world different. You get what I'm saying? Well, if you think about it, the president that you currently have in office right now in the United States is a complete moron. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, he just ran the country into poverty. As of last night, the United States is officially broke. So, if you're hoping that there is some hope that you will have something at the end of the day, allow me to reiterate. The country is broke. So, I don't think anything could possibly fix what happened recently. Okay, so I need forged steel, generic schematics, glue, electronic parts, and scrap polymers. So here's some forged steel. Here's some glue, schematics, scrap polymers. Oh, I need electrical parts. Alright, where the hell be? I need to get outside and start busting caps on some bitches. These fuckers are beating the shit out of my house. Oh, shit. Damn, that was close. Yeah, if you really think about it, in the United States, it heavily relies on the war economy. If you know what the war economy is, then you would understand that without war, this country would go broke in a matter of weeks. So, technically there has to be some conflict somewhere in order for the country to make something. Because if all of a sudden the world went into total peace, well, I mean, there goes the country, or what's left of it. That's like an actual no-brainer, no-lie moment. If the United States had lost all of its illustrious functions, the war economy would pretty much be the end of it. Some leather and duct tape, that's all I need. Leather, duct tape. I'm gonna make a brass catcher so I can keep the brass. Brass catcher mod is actually the best mod attachment you can place with this particular weaponry in the game. It'll allow you to spare yourself, I don't know, the 45 boobless minutes you'll be spending in your life wondering what happened to all the lead. Sarah's treasure map is no longer useful. I'm gonna keep these antibiotics because they'll help me cure heavier infections. Take it like that. I'll have wars who wouldn't need that. We wouldn't need government. It's smart making a business out of anything. Even the homeless is just another pocket for someone to pick. It's crazy. Actually, being self-sufficient in the United States is against the law. Believe it or not, if you're living off the land and you live in the United States, you already broke the law. So if you're wondering, can I live in the United States, live off the land, and eat vegetables, produce my own electricity, and all that stuff? Well, the news flash is this. It is completely against the law for you to be self-sufficient. It is against the law to not be a slave to the system. In perspective, in the United States, you're either a slave or you're a dead man. And that's kind of pretty much the truth right there, man. You're either a slave or you're dead. Because the only way you can get out of slavery is if you died working 60 years of your life for absolutely nothing in return. And for those of you who are wondering why it's said like that, is because that's literally what it is. You either work your whole life until you're dead and barely get to enjoy your retirement, because by the time you get to that point in life where you can retire, you would have already have worked yourself to death halfway, if not completely, all the way to death. And the messed up part is that even though you deserve way more for everything that you have done in this world, overall, you still get fucked out of it anyways, at the end of the day, because in the reality of the world we live in, the little person matters very little. And for those who barely understand what that is, well, the general basis of what I'm getting at is this. In the United States, if you work hard, you get paid. However, more than 50% of your wages are gouged throughout the entire year. So you already got your wage garnishment. So you work your whole life, you still pay taxes, and you get a wage garnishment on top of all of that. Like, that's basically what I want to get across. You work your whole life and you still get wage garnishments. And the way they garnish your wages is by charging you a tax. Right now, food has been going up in the price. And I'm not going to lie to you. Right now, like, I used to be able to go to the store and it was like $1.50 to get, and this isn't even a Starbucks coffee. Starbucks has always been like $3. But now it's like $4 or $5 a bottle now. But what I'm getting at is this. I used to be able to go to the store, I could buy a freaking bottle of Dunkin' Donuts coffee, which is something I do. I buy a bottle of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. It used to be $1.50. then it turned into $1.89, then it evened out at $1.75. Now a bottle of Dunkin' Donuts coffee costs $3 flat, so essentially, from its original price, it jumped up $1.50. And now, because of all the BS that's going on now, there's going to be a shortage on rice globally. So now there's going to be no rice. Now me, I don't really eat rice too much, but it's not that I'm worried about the rice. What I'm worried about is how I'm going to make something to eat at the end of the day. And I'm wondering how long it's going to be before people start to completely lose their shit at the fact that there's no food to eat. And then people start resulting to robbery and violence. I mean, there already was robbery and violence, people robbing each other's homes just to get toilet paper during the toilet paper crisis. But what I'm genuinely getting at is that I don't want to put up with none of this crap. Like, when I was a kid, I already paid my dues having to deal with Katrina victims in my state. Because, they kind of fucked it all up for everybody. They kind of abused the Texas freaking welfare system and crippled the entire state of Texas for a couple of years, financially destabilizing it. Texas lost billions of dollars trying to support people who said they needed that welfare to live. Welfare being Social Security administrative checks or benefit systems. And because of these simplex factors, they kind of sort of crippled the system when I was young, and it made it very hard to even get a bottle of water. It was $4.50 a bottle of water when I was a kid. I was like 10 years old and I had to pay $4.50 for essentially what you would buy today is a 24 ounce or 23.4 ounce Coca-Cola bottle. I'd pay like $0.50 for a bottle of water. Like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. I was like 10 years old and I got $4 for a bottle of water. It was a bit aggravating because, when people abuse the shit out of the system has to charge a higher price for the price and cost of living in order to accommodate for all of the loss. When a system suffers and collapses in on itself or goes into a recession is when the price of products rise. Whether you like it or not, it's going to go up. The reality is, whether there's a wealthy or a poor class, they're going to work, because even I know quite a few wealthy people who run their own companies. They say, sure, the company runs fine, and they could let the company run by itself if they wanted to. But these people know what it's like to be a working class person. They don't live in luxury to live in luxury. They have the leisure of luxury at home. But once you forget where you come from, and the working field you've lived in, and what you have done with your life, that is when you officially have turned your back on yourself. Essentially, it's just like this. If you turn your back on certain things, you're basically just screwing yourself over. Personally, I've even told people that. Don't go screwing yourself over, because once you screw yourself, that's it. There's really nothing I can do about it after that. But what I tell people is what it is. Never think you can screw the little guy out of their money, because the little guy can get a bunch of other little guys, and then they turn into a big guy when it's hundreds of thousands of little guys. Because you remember, if you're one big guy, all it takes is hundreds of thousands of others to follow one little guy, one misconstrued human being, and you just lost everything. And that's usually what I tell people. All it takes is one individual to change the world around you. Like if I ran a plantation or a cotton farm, Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wouldn't let just anybody work on my farm. I'd screen your background and everything. And there are people in the world who believe that because their ancestors worked on a cotton farm, they're entitled to work on the farm and do nothing. Well, the reality is, if I had ran a cotton farm, and you wanted to work for my farm, and do absolutely nothing the whole day you were there, I'd tell you to get the hell off my farm, because I don't hire lazy people. But what I'm getting at is this. The cotton farm thing is not a racial status thing or anything like that. Like, literally, I legit ran a cotton farm when I was younger. And I was the only worker there, so technically that makes me a cotton picker. You're talking about having 6 rows of 16 cotton bushes. And for me, that was rather enjoyable because it didn't really suck that bad. I was doing pretty good at my job, and I wasn't god-awful at what I do. So, in perspective, I was actually rather happy and quite pleased with my own work. As long as everybody else stayed the fuck out of my way. Because if you weren't working well or you weren't doing what you were supposed to, I'd tell you straight up to get the fuck out of my way. But overall, what I'm getting at is this. I didn't want people working at my farm or wanting to get involved with my side project in my life if they weren't doing a good job. I even told people I don't just take anybody to come work with me, and I really don't take anybody, period. So, in perspective, yes, I had a cotton farm as a kid. Yes, I did run it myself. Yes, I did plant literally 3 or 4 rows of 16 plants each and kept it a complete secret. Practically everybody I knew. I do know a little bit about rice field growing, and yes, growing rice is a hassle. You gotta worry about a lot of things, which also includes slugs and types of parasites. You gotta worry about parasites, types of slugs. Oh, look, I found another one. Another deagle. But yeah, in perspective, what I mostly want to point out is that when you worry about these things, you need to pay attention closely to what you're doing, how you're working, the things you're doing. It's just really, really like a slightly upscaled but large hassle. And the way I see it is, although you get it done correct, it might not always fall in place correctly. I'm not the kind of person to tell somebody that they don't qualify, but I am the kind of person to tell somebody that if you're trying to work here, but you're trying to not do your job, you know, can't get mad if I tell you something. So, you know, in this world I live in, I bust my ass when I'm young. And I started working at a pretty young age, like a regular everyday job. So for those who don't know about my history or where I come from, I used to work at a little Chinese restaurant, and I was freaking like maybe, I think I was under the age of 10. I was working at a little Chinese restaurant as a kid, and then from a Chinese restaurant, my father found me another place that I could go work at, and I worked at a little restaurant that was actually quite packed and had a lot of people coming in and out. So, you know, I kept myself moving forward and doing what I'm supposed to do. So, yeah, I know it violates the child labor laws and whatever. But the point was, I needed money. And I needed money bad as a kid because, I'm not going to lie, there was a lot of problems while I was growing up. So, you know, these problems are the reason why I pushed forward into the working environment. The whole cotton farm thing didn't come until like way later in my life. And another thing about people is, you know, you never know who you're talking to or how much work somebody has put into their life. Like, I put a lot of work into my life, and I did a lot of working when I was young. I didn't really have a childhood because of the financial situation I was constantly in. It wasn't just my father's fault. It's also the fault of my own mother. Kind of kept crippling. Like, the general situation was that my own mother was kind of crippling my father's everyday life. because she was jealous if he had a girlfriend or had somebody on the side that she didn't know about. And then she would come stir up the pot, and then the pot would be stirred, and then things would go bad, and then a financial connection or somebody who would help financially stabilize my father's life, which would also stabilize my own, would be gone. And then I'd go back to living a shitty life instead of a good life, and I'd be stuck in a town that I wanted to escape desperately, which also includes running away to Mexico, which I've gotten deported back to the United States numerous times for trying to escape into Mexico. However, the consulate of Mexico asked me why would an American citizen want to run away to Mexico when they said the land of opportunity is over there. The guy sat there for what was essentially 6.5 hours explaining to me about how America is the land of opportunity. And I told him, America is a land of opportunity only for outsiders. If you're living in the United States, it is not the land of opportunity. Only people who come from outside of the United States are the ones who qualify for that said dream. But if you're from the United States, it is not the land of opportunity for you. The land of opportunity for American citizens lies outside of the country. So if you're wondering that, the land of opportunity lies outside of the United States for American citizens. In fact, the whole point of the land of opportunity, which is the American dream, to exist would be to export. Like I tell most people, the only way you're going to enjoy the American dream is if you export, export, export. That means there's no time for BS. BS being meaning that there's no time to screw around or no time to do something. The American dream lies outside of America. It is not in America. Although you'll have to live by another country's rule sets, the American dream exists outside of the country. Because in this country, that dream was gone long ago. I'm not going to say this is the worst country I've ever lived in, because believe me, there are far more worse places you could live. But point being is that the land of opportunity isn't necessarily in front of you or at your front door or however you want to view it, but mostly it's not going to be in front of you. It's likely going to be far away and not even in the same continent as you. Like I tell most people, whenever I say that, it really is the truth. It likely is the country that you're looking for is not even in the same continent as you. So, cognitive thinking wise, the land of opportunity doesn't exist here, but in another nation. And it just depends. So, if you want to have a good life, make sure to get good grades so that you can get a job outside of the United States. Because if you have one in the United States, good luck, because being in the United States is being in the rat races. And being in the rat races, well, that's not really something you want to be in. The rat races means you're going to be racing and competing against hundreds of thousands of other lab rats to basically get nowheres. That's basically what I'm getting at. So, the rat races is being like racing around for maybe 20, 30 years of your life to try to secure a place. This guy you went to high school with couldn't get the job that you got because you got the job instead of him. And now him, his wife, and kids are going to starve to death because you got the job he desperately needed. That's basically what it is. Do you get what I'm saying? That would be the definition of the rat races for you. It's like you get the career option, another person is completely denied the rights to have, even though they are way more qualified than you. Because you appeared first, it was first come, first served. So that person got screwed out of an opportunity, even though you had no way of knowing that that's how it was going to be. So Does this make you a bad person? The answer is really no. It does not make you a bad person, that, you know, that's what it is, and that's kind of how it played out. I need to make a box for ammunition only, because there literally is no fucking space for all this shit. I literally got guns crammed in here, out of the wazoo. There's like no goddamn ammunition. There's like no goddamn space for anything in here. I'm just gonna keep the gun parts in here and make another goddamn box for it. But what I'm getting at is this. The rat races is genuinely that, bro. If you want to get a good life, just go to college, dude. Even if you gotta go online, go to college. Don't just do it for me, do it for yourself, man. A college education will help you get somewhere. But make sure that the college is already fully paid for and you don't gotta pay a dime or pay anyone back. A lot of places would rather have you in debt, so, you know. That's what I'm getting at. Oh great, the chat broke again. What was I looking for? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna slap all this ammunition in here. Titanium, crossbolts, all that stuff. Gotta keep that glue on me. Gotta take the alcohol back out. Oh my god, you could literally hear that kid screaming his head off and nothing's happening to him. He's just probably pissed off because things aren't working his way. Jesus Christ. He ain't even my damn son. That kid is annoying the crap out of me from like way over here, dude. And nobody's even abusing that kid. He's just pissed off. He's probably mad because I gave little Sia 5 seconds of attention again. Like, come on, bro. Let it go, man. Like, it's just a little girl, man. I've heard of Hades before, dog. Goddamn, bro, at that age. If you want to beat on my door again, just let me know so I can ram your face with a freaking frying pan. Freaking Fortnite you with that. Fortnite Battle Pass. I just shit out my ass. Dang. That song still trips me out though. Gotta get that Fortnite. Tier 3 mod. Bolts fly faster. Definitely is tier 3. So if you're listening, anxiety nonstop, you know, just go to college, bro. Go to college, make sure it's a fully paid for college, meaning that you don't gotta pay these bastards back a dime, bro. And go to college, don't just do it for me, do it for yourself, do it for your mom, do it for your dad. Get a scholarship. Go to college, get a badass education, bro. I know everybody wants to do YouTubing and all that stuff nowadays, but it really ain't cut out with what it's supposed to be, man. Like, I'm up on this motherfucker practically all day. I'm in there putting in job applications for a little while on the weekend, checking it out, spending my time looking at a screen. I spend hours on end hoping that my channel will one day explode. And that somewhere along the line, I'd either be acceptable or somewhat popular. But look at me. I'm over here grasping at straws, hoping that my channel kicks it off like it's a freaking Sunday shoe or some jazz like that. And my channel doesn't even get more than 3 viewers on a live stream. You know, that should tell you something about how it is with me. That should tell you a little something in life about the quality of life, if you get what I mean. Like, it should have some kind of a lasting effect or side effect on you. They'll give you a bit of an idea, like a legit idea of how it really looks like to be a YouTuber. And to be honest, I'm gonna tell you. I mean, you can ask Evan Fong, Daithi Nogla, freaking the Gaming Terrorizer. You can ask all of these people these questions, and they'll give you the real honest truth. When they say, don't go chasing after YouTube, stay in school, they really mean that. Don't go chasing after YouTube, stay in school. I mean, these guys were lucky that when they came in to create YouTube content, that YouTube was in a slump. There wasn't anything on here, there was barely any content. But now, there's so much content that there's way too much content. So to build an audience would be impossible if you were a newcomer. But this is the one thing I can tell you. Don't lose hope just because it's flooded. The network can be flooded all at once, but it's never going to really deteriorate your ability to do your job or to be able to really do anything. But what I'm getting at is this. YouTube is heavily flooded by the industry functions that it actually has attached to its system. The many of these, and I will say it, many of these industry functions are what kind of crippled the system and also kept it afloat. But what I want to mostly say is this. You can't always get everything you want, even though that is what some people do want. The only thing I can tell you is this, man. Don't ruin your life, and don't blow your life up. Translation? Don't do what some people did in life. And another translation would also be, if you're a very popular and famous YouTuber, do not date your fans, because a lot of people have made that mistake, and now a lot of people are behind bars. Don't make that mistake. And I'm going to ask this girl if she's stalking me. I'm gonna ask that girl if she's stalking me, because I'm pretty sure she's probably watching my channel to see if I'm live. I know I'm not that amazing or that good looking in life, but for God's sake, dude. I'm not really creeped out by it, I'm more or less confused. If you're stalking me, stalk me, I really don't care. I don't think you're gonna learn anything from me other than my brain kind of runs like a monkey banging cymbals or something. I might have actually repeated a lot of things just now. Well, sorry Anxiety if I actually repeated anything that may have seemed a little bit of obscene or out of the ordinary. But I'm currently offline with my brains. Well, that and mostly because sometimes it's just not there when they're needed. Duct tape, mechanical parts, oil, cloud fragments. Okay. So I need oil, cloud fragments, mechanical parts. Ah, shit, where the hell am I? Ah, there we go, duct tape. Muck, use acid. Muck. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Yada yada. Yada. What's up, Puff Mama? What are we having tonight, Chili? Mrs. Puff. Mrs. Puff. Mrs. Puff. I don't know, bro. Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyways, I decided to ask that girl if she's stalking me because, I mean, she kind of was a little bit pushy in the beginning about me commissioning a piece of artwork or something like that with her. And although that does make me a little concerned, I'm sure she won't try to murder me over a bit of artwork. Especially artwork I haven't even purchased. Hopefully she doesn't murder me. In my sleep. Come on down to Nogla Plus. Nogla. For all the no and gla you want. Let me see if anything else loads up. Ooh. Okay, well, let me go ahead and just go into here. And click the play button. Hopefully the server responds. This is everything that is up for sale. It's up for sale. Up for sale. It's up for sale. For sale. For sale. Yes, it's for sale. For sale. Oh god. I'm so tired. I don't know, I might actually end the stream due to technical difficulties. Particularly in my brain. Right now, Wobbly Rick's brain is having technical difficulties. Right now, Wobbly Rick's brain is having technical difficulties. Please stand by. Oh yeah. Okay. Boom. Might play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel! Hold on. Kakarot! Alright guys, I'm gonna hang out with Goku. Alright guys, I'm gonna hang out with Kakarot. Catch you guys later. Gotta go do some off-stream related content and help somebody pick out a firearm. Gonna talk to a guy from Iron Gun and see what that guy's doing and see what his recommendations are for the type of budget he's running with. So we'll go ahead and break it down here. Y'all have a great afternoon and night. I'll be on War Thunder